So as soon as BRAX and I Win to Lose Gaming released the video, everybody has been going mental. Everybody has been going mental, right? You have Mtashed having a literal mental crisis, a complete panic attack and anxiety attack on stream because of this, right? You have Gacha Smek, the Giga Chat himself, putting out his neck and basically going for a copyright strike or risking a copyright strike for what he's about to do and what I'm about to explain, right? Tecton is going crazy mental. He is not happy as well. He is pissed, right? Like everybody is... she's going down, basically, right? She's going down. So what is going on? What is happening, right? We will watch this Braxophone video first. Now, I did see this video about him explaining what the situation is and why he doesn't feel like the situation is as bad as everybody portrays, right? Now, where do I stand with this, right? And what is going down? Let me explain, right? Basically, what happened is there's this new server, right? Let me start off from the very beginning, which is there was this Q&A in the Honkai Star Rail 2.1 live stream, and I think because I skipped it, if you guys follow my channel and you know me, I skipped the Q&A because I didn't really have much time. But apparently there was a question in that Q&A that stated, what are you going to do about the leakers? Like, are you like, do you have a plan in mind to get rid of the leakers? Because, you know, early access, everybody knows what's happening before it even happens. It is not really, it is consumer friendly, but it's not like content creator friendly, and it's also not like casual players don't really care about it, right? Now, where do I stand off with leaks? I don't care about leaks. Like, if you've been following me at twitch.tv/Doma or you've been watching my videos, I've been saying multiple times that I am the kind of person that just likes watching, reacting, and playing through stuff as it drops. I don't care about early access information. I don't care about leaks. All of that shit is cringe to me, right? I do understand why people look at leaks, especially if you're a free-to-play gacha gamer, because you want to know if the next unit is better than the previous one or the one that's out right now. It is all about your scheduling and how you want to summon on how you want to, or who you want to summon for on your account, because, you know, Stellar Jades or Primo Gems or whatever currency you have on your gacha game is scarce, right? I do understand why people look it up. Don't get me wrong. But I am a firm believer of just abolishing, getting rid of leaks or just deleting everybody that's leaking stuff. Now, bear in mind, I'm very ignorant and I don't know how leaks happen, whether they look at the code, whether they actually abuse the early access servers, whatever, right? I don't know how it happens. So, like, this is me talking out of my ass, basically, right? Saying, oh, abolish leaks is that easy, right? I don't know if it's easy or not, but in my perfect world, I would have no leaks, no early access. All of the characters should be tested and made sure they are good for release in-house, right? None of this content creator privilege bullshit, right? Coming from a content creator myself. Now, I might have a bias here because I'm not a big enough content creator to get the early access and I cannot capitalize financially on those. So yes, maybe, you know, I would have still had the same output as I am having right now to this situation. However, I probably wouldn't be as outspoken with it about it if my livelihood was at stake. And I don't blame the other content creators that have this opportunity doing the same, okay? This is not me shitting on BRAX or I Want to Lose. Don't get this shit twisted. They are getting their bag. Everybody would have done the same thing. Everybody would have released the video. Everybody would have capitalized on it, right? Do not get me wrong, okay? This is me just making my staple and telling you guys where I am with the situation right now, okay? My perfect world, no leaks, no early access. All the characters are nicely done, tested, and made sure they are, you know, balanced in-house. Nobody gets early access. It is released, and then everybody summons, right? All the content creators, they summon for the character. They test it live on stream. They get their base, or they get all of their research done live, not weeks beforehand and then release a video on the day, right? That is just the perfect scenario. Everybody's on a level playing field. Everybody's happy. Everybody's fair. And it is based off of how fast you work and off of how fast you can, you know, bang out a video, basically, right? Everybody would have a video out at roughly the same time. Everybody would be happy. And even though it is a guide making is a competitive space on YouTube, everybody would have kind of had a fair shot at it, right? But this is not the reality. This is not where we live in, and we live in a situation where early access and getting on the good side of, let's say, companies is really important, because you can get those early access and then you could get your bag, you could get your viewerships as early as possible. It's kind of like a first come first serve situation, right? Let me end of the topic right there, and let me explain to you guys why the situation is bad, right? So we all know leaks are bad, right? Everybody's saying leaks are bad, they're not good for the company, they are spoiling stuff, right? It's crazy. Yo bro, do not worry about it. I'm not worried, bro. I ain't worried about it. I'm just saying how it is. But yeah, for the consumption, zdrówko. But yeah. So now that my staple has been I say my staple, my ideas and where I stand with the situation has been done, let me explain what is happening, right? So BRAX released this video and he's been constantly getting shit on. Wódka nie woda. I'll try. He wants me to drink on stream, that's crazy. We're gonna watch this BRAX video that I've already seen, explaining the situation about Hoyoverse and the early access stuff and what exactly it is about. What I want to talk about is everybody's point of view on it and what's been going on. So basically, Mtashed has been basically saying that his career might be done with Hoyoverse-esque content, because if he cannot get on the good side of Hoyoverse, or if he cannot get this special treatment that some people got regarding the early access stuff, he and his guides or his character showcases will fall behind, right? They just won't get as many views because he will be like a whole week behind. Nobody will care about his guides anymore. It will be done. Same thing goes with, you know, Gacha Smack. Same thing goes with Tectone or anybody else that cares about actually making guides. Tectone doesn't really care about making guides, but he cares about the authenticity of just everybody that does guides, okay? He wants every guide to be authentic, real, and to the point. He wants everybody to have the freedom of speech, and basically the special treatment could stain it. Obviously, why is that? Well, it makes sense, right? If you're on a good side of a company and you get this early access to these characters, chances are you will probably be a bit more biased towards the characters, towards the company, and towards like anything that they put out, because you want to stay on their good side, right? You don't want to tarnish like a character or their reputation, because if you do so, then you might be off the list, and then a lot of views and a lot of money could be cut from your paycheck, okay? That is the main reason why people are kind of pissed about this. And to be honest, even if people think or believe that, or some people think or believe that might not necessarily be the case, the water is still muddied. Like there was still shit in the water. You know what I mean? It's like a rapper using Type Master or whatever, and then saying they haven't used it for 10 years. It's like, yeah, but do we really believe you? You know? It's one of those things. It's like, yeah, I know that like what BRAX might be saying is, listen, I might be 100%, like I'm 100% honest with all of my reviews, even if they are put through a filter.
Emotional damage.
Emotional damage. True. Even if even if like he might be 100% honest with all of his guides and reviews and like everything he says about characters that are early access, there will still be people that think otherwise. You know what I mean? There will still be people that like, okay, yeah, but is he 100% honest, or is he being on a good side of Hoyoverse, right? And this is where the problem arises, and this is why not having all of those things is a perfect scenario, or would be a perfect scenario for me, because then you would know that everybody is trying to be as authentic as real and as truthful as possible, and make the best guides, the most entertaining guides, and everybody would be on the playing field, right? Okay, so I think we just watch the video and see what BRAX has got to say about this. Now, I watched this video yesterday, but I'm just gonna watch it for the sake of this video and kind of have my input on it afterwards. I'm gonna stop the video here. Oi, what's good? Yo, what's up, YLV? Big Hoyoverse drama, bro. We're covering that ish. We've got everybody molding. Everybody's mad. Everybody's pissed. And everybody's disappointed in Hoyoverse. Can you imagine? Can you imagine what's happening right now? This shit's crazy. Alright, let's just watch the BRAX video again and see what he's got to say. I'm just gonna take my jumper off because it's boiling in here. I love watching random dudes on the internet yap about random things that don't matter. Well, this actually does matter a lot when it comes to when it comes to the content creator stuff of things, not really the game itself. Let's have a look.
My content is pretty unserious. Sometimes I post a first impressions video where I just screw off with a character, have fun with it, show you guys what I'm seeing, and give my initial impressions of a character. That has never been a problem.
This will change everything.
And
Alright,
I'm
calm
a
down,
little bit confused
Mtashed.
as to why, but I think that it may just be a general lack of knowledge. Sorry for the sub alert. I think it may just be a general lack of knowledge of how Hoyoverse operates. So, based on my experience with Hoyoverse over the past few years, I'm going to tell you how they operate. My relation.
So, of course, okay, everybody thinks very surface level and they're very surface based, right? So I'm gonna let him talk now, and I'll give my point
negatively
on
affected because of what I'm about to tell you. But for the sake of transparency and for the sake of clearing up everything, all of the bullshit that has been being spewed my way as a result of me posting an early access video, I'm going to do it. A while back, this image started circulating the internet. New content creator testing server. Unreleased content in the CC testing server is allowed to be shown and explained to the public. The textual and visual content being sent must be first assessed and authorized by MiHoYo. Doing so without being assessed by MiHoYo may lead to the CC partnership being cancelled. For example, you cannot say C0 plus free-to-play weapon character X is outright terrible.
Let's talk about this. So, this, I don't think is 100% correct, right? Like, I don't believe this is 100% correct. But I understand why people would understand. I understand why people would think this is like 100% correct, right? So basically what has happened is there's a new content creator testing server, which is basically created to counter leaks. So if you're a big leaker, or if you're a big leak enjoyer, instead of looking at leaks, what Hoyoverse decided to do is to give a specified number of content creators an early access server to be able to put out guides, information, and just tests on these characters before the leaks could even happen. So they're just trying to backtrack and counter leaks by giving people special treatment and letting them do their guides and giving the content creators the clout instead of the leakers the clout. Basically what's happening right now, right? So unreleased content in the CC testing server is allowed to be shown and explained to the public. The textual and visual content being sent must be first assessed and authorized by MiHoYo. So the reason why this is triggering a lot of people is because they feel like this is a sort of filter where if you talk bad about a character or their game, they will not authorize you to post the content unless you change it and just completely show for them and be like, yes, this is the best game ever, this character is the best, you have to summon for him, right? So doing so without being assessed by MiHoYo may lead to a CC partnership being cancelled. So basically, if you take the content creator testing server that they allowed you to use and you put out the video without them checking it first, you will get thrown off of the program and probably lose a lot of money and a lot of views, right? But then this, for example, thing, I don't feel like it's 100% true. So you cannot say C0 plus FP2 weapon character X is outright terrible. Like, if this is true, then yeah, there's a like big concern if this is true, because that gives Hoyoverse the power to basically control the content creators and what they say, right? A lot of people, they go and watch guides and they watch content creators because they will give their unfiltered and real opinion on the character, and they want to know if the character is good or not for real, right? If this is true, then everybody that is in this content creator testing server will just bullshit you. They will just lie to you and say this character is the best character and constantly hype one character after another and try to sell you that character like some guy knocking on your door and trying to sell you some bullshit that they're selling. Like, it's just bad. It is just bad, right? Like, like I said before, I started watching this video, authenticity would be completely out of the window for these early access guides, right? It's the reason why I don't feel like it's true is because Brax will explain it later, but there have been bad characters, for example, in Genshin before, and there's been characters that are kind of meh in Honkai, and I'm pretty sure some people are in this content creator program and they've released critical guides already saying, oh, this character is good, or this character is good but could be better, this character is meh, this character is not good with this character is not good with that. So I do believe, like, I've been watching some of the guides here and there. Like, I only watch guides when I need to know what a character specifically needs, but I did hear a couple of people release those guides and be kind of critical of these characters. And hey, the video is on YouTube, like, it hasn't been struck, it hasn't been changed. So the top bit is probably true. I mean, they need to have that filter, and the reason why they need to have that filter is probably to how should I put this? The reason why they have this filter is probably so you don't completely talk bad about the company itself. And the reason why they have this filter is also because of any, let's say, the game is early access and there is just something wrong with the game fundamentally, like the functions of the game are not working. They don't want that to be on the video because, well, it's still early access and they just could fix it, right? It's still testing.
Since this came out, people have been shitting themselves about all of the
Hey, true, but I have been down a rabbit hole watching videos. Everybody's pissed, and rightfully so, because let's say you're a big content creator and you've amassed a lot of views and a lot of subscribers in the past, like, years that you've been working on, you know, on YouTube. This is tanking your views, man. Like, having a select few, having this privilege is just gonna tank your views if you're a guide maker. It's just not good, is it? It is just not. You are not in a right place right now. You just got completely destroyed.
That are going to lie about the characters now. They're going to lie about the content. You're never going to be able to trust a creator again, right? You can never trust their opinion because they're all going to be filtered through Hoyoverse, and Hoyoverse only wants to make sales, so they're going to tell everyone to lie, and you can't say a character is bad. So
I love how I've been ranting about this for the longest, and he just literally just said it.
I've received so much backlash on the Acheron video. Usually, if I see something that is just straight up insulting me, I just delete it. I block the person. They can never see their comments on my video again. And if you have a problem with that, go fuck yourself.
Thank you. Thank you. I was gonna say that, right? I don't understand what's wrong with people. Like, people are so dumb, bro. Oh, you're stupid, bro. You're ruining it. You're ruining it, bro. How are you gonna attack the content creators that just want to make their money and use a good opportunity, like you wouldn't fucking do it yourself, to go into their comments and talk bad about them for being smart about their life and financial status? Are you dumb? Are you stupid? Reevaluate your life. Actually, you're on Twitter and you're in the YouTube comment section talking shit. So probably please just stay dumb. Stay yourself. Stay yourself. Stay your little NPC self, okay? Fucking idiots, bro. It pissed me off. Like, Brax and I Win to Lose deserve no hate whatsoever. I have watched his guide. I'm not gonna watch it in this video. I've watched his guide, and his guide is completely fair and true, okay? Also, he's talking about, like, content creators are gonna be lying. Content creators are gonna be lying and shilling for the company. Bro, you have your own brain. Do you have brain cells? Look at the character when he releases or she releases and just see if they're good. It is not difficult to look at a character's kit. Okay? Yes, I do watch guides, right? Whenever I need some specific information, or whenever I'm ignorant to something, right? But most of the times I only look at the guides to know what the best set for them is, or to know what a good lightcon for them is, because I don't know every lightcon in the game. I'm not that invested in, like, for example, gacha games, to know what every lightcon is and then pan them out and see, okay, this is the perfect lightcon for this character, or this is the perfect, you know, two-piece split for this character. I'm not that kind of guy, so I save myself time and I look at the guides. But you can just read what they do. You can just see the basic damage and how good they are. You can look at the trailers and you can look at the guide makers and kind of make your own judgment on it, right? This is basic common sense, okay? How could you be mad about somebody lying? Just look at 3 or 4 different guide makers and see if what they're saying correlates. And then if you like the character, or if you like the way they play, summon for him and then test it out yourself. This is common fucking sense. You're pissed because he lied to you? Well, shit, he made money and now you're scammed. This is why it's up to you to make the decision, not up to them. You're the one looking at the guides. They're just making them.
I honestly don't give a shit. If you're being a dick, I have a right to just remove you from my space. So
get them out.
Very, very clear.
Get them out. Shit pissed me off.
Does not care if you think a character is bad.
Dumbass people, bro.
And I have proof of that.
Harassing for no reason.
Video right here, I'm circling with my mouse.
You make your own guides then if you're so smart, bro.
Of Dia. C0 Dia first impressions. I did this video, it was in early access because that server didn't exist, but this was on the Genshin Impact media server. Before this video went live, I had to send this video to Hoyoverse to get it approved so that way I could post it. In fact, not a lot of people know this, but if you post something straight from the media server, you have to get it approved by Hoyoverse. For some reason, the narrative is that Hoyoverse only has to approve of these videos. What Hoyo wants to see is that you're not slandering the company, which is a completely different thing from slandering a character. Not even slandering a character, just talking negatively about a character, right? If you slander a character, if I just straight up lie to you about a character, if I'm like, yeah, Farina is actually a dog shit Genshin Impact unit, and you shouldn't pull for her because she's also racist in game. Like, if I said that, yeah, that'd be slandering a character, and it would just
that's not Farina, that's Sparkle.
Correct. And Hoyoverse might be like, hey, we would appreciate if you don't do that before you upload it. But Hoyoverse has never given me any shit for expressing my honest opinion on characters. And when I said that Dia was bad...
Can you guys hear that? I'm about to get swarmed by seagulls, man. Let me close my window. God damn. Shit. They were planning something, man. They were planning something. I know it, bro. They're about to swarm me to death.
When I said that Dia was a bad character, an unfinished character, you can even see in the thumbnail, they didn't care. Because in my experience...
No, because they made Dia to be bad. On purpose. Why do you think she's on the standard banner? She didn't give a fuck. They already decided that she trash. Man, I was so pissed when they done that to Dehya, man. She's such a sick looking character and they just completely obliterated. Hey, I still done abyss with her though. Hell yeah, brothers. Still cleared abyss with her.
Working with them.
I'm proud of myself.
Genuinely cares more about creators making content that they feel is genuine, honest, and gets the community involved than character sales. Because remember, Dia had a banner. And everybody was shit talking Dia. Everyone that used the media server said Dia was not good. Now, Dia was a little bit of an oddball, right? Because she ended up going to the standard banner. So maybe you could make the argument that...
So, I know Brax's standpoint on this because he knows and he worked with Hoyoverse, right? Don't get me wrong, okay? Let's talk about perspective here a little bit. Do you really think people, like, are gonna believe you, Brax, though? Like, I believe you because, you know, like... Hey, you're showing proof here. Okay, cool. Like, and to be honest, whether I believe you or not doesn't really matter to me. So I will believe you and I'll give you the benefit of the doubt just because your guides are accurate, right? Like, they're pretty much true. And yes, like you said before, you did make critical, like you were critical of the characters, right? Even the Acheron video that I've seen today was kind of critical of the character. Like he said, basically, yes, Acheron is busted, but she's not worth summoning unless you want her light cone, right? Now, a lot of people are basically call him in a shill and saying, oh, so you're trying to sell Acheron and her light cone. Wow, what a Hoyo shill. You're trying to sell as much stuff as possible to be on the good side of Hoyoverse. When I looked at the video, and my eyes literally saw that her Superimposition 5, best in slot Superimposition 5 4-star light cone had a 30% DPS drop compared to the 5-star light cone that she's got. You have the numbers in front of you, my bro. Look at the video. Look what it's saying. He put the 2 exact same teams, changed the light cones, and 30% of her damage was cut. And he told you, listen, if you want Acheron, I would recommend summoning for her light cone because it's good if you want to name her, if you want to main her. If not, Jingliu is a better option because she's much more F2P friendly when it comes to light cones as well, right? Like, How can people hate on that video? I do not understand, bro. I don't understand. How can they give this guy shit, man? Oh my god, bro. That shit pisses me off, man. The company is another thing, because what they are trying to do, right? With companies, you always have to assume the worst because they only care about the money, not the people, right? Basically how it goes. That's the reason why they have so much money, is because it's money over people kind of thing, right? You have to worry about the company and what their end goal with this content creator program is, not what the content creators are doing with it, because they are just trying to make their bread. Difference. Big difference.
They didn't really care if she sold or not. But I would imagine that Hoyoverse wants to make profits either way, right? The thing that not a lot of people seem to understand is that Hoyoverse wants to approve of everything that goes through their early access servers. This is because Hoyoverse wants to make sure that there is no misinformation, which is just information that is blatantly wrong about the characters, such as my Farina is racist example that is blatantly wrong. And if you said that, they would want you to review that. The other thing they don't want to see is me saying, wow, I really hate Hoyoverse, or wow, Hoyoverse really ruined this character. They don't want to see that. That places blame, that gets witch hunts, that's dangerous for the community. But this example by
Hoyoverse ruined the character, but isn't that true in some cases? Like the Dehya example that you just given us. Didn't they basically ruin Dehya? Like they did. They just made her bad. But like, really bad. And they didn't change her where they could have changed her or given her a buff like they did to Zhongli. That not being able to be in the video saying, yeah, they kind of messed up, this character is bad, is not good. Now, I know what he means by slandering the company, saying, wow, Hoyoverse ruined this character, is like you put in Hoyoverse in the name. But it is there. This is what they've done. They've literally done this. Like, yes, they did ruin the character. It is, if it's true, you should be able to have it there. Okay? Now, I know there's a difference between saying this character is bad and Hoyoverse ruined the character, but isn't the message kind of the same? So I guess, is it a wording thing? Is it a because you're saying, basically what Brax is saying right now is you can talk bad about the character but not the company. So it must be a wording difference then. Because I don't know, guys. In my opinion, saying Hoyoverse ruined this character and this character is bad or was made bad is the same thing. Maybe I'm tripping.
Gacha is actually just straight up incorrect. Now, a lot of people are also mentioning that I'm on some kind of Hoyo contract. And if you know anything about how business in the real world works, whenever you're given access to something early that is not public yet, you usually sign an NDA. These NDAs are not the same things as sponsorships. The NDAs are specifically to make sure that you do not break any of the rules, sharing early access server, sharing the early access footage to people outside.
Like leakers do. Which is why they want to get rid of him. And this is why they gave the content creators this privilege.
Side of your YouTube page. Like, they want to make sure that you are not going to do that kind of thing. And every company does this. This is not a MiHoYo's or a Hoyoverse specific thing. This is different from a sponsor deal, where in a sponsor, you might be asked to specifically talk about the positives of a character.
Yeah,
or a sponsor.
KFC's Secret Spices have NDA. Whenever you start working at KFC, you have to sign an NDA saying you can't share the secret recipes. This is the same thing. Basically, an early access character is like the 10 secret spices of KFC.
You might be specifically asked to talk about the positives of a game or things to look forward to. Or maybe they'll even sponsor you for your honest opinion, which has been done before. But usually creators are not at liberty to say, hey, this is what the sponsor told me I'm allowed to say. Because why would they pay you for that? Like, why would a company pay me $5,000 to tell them, hey, the company paid me to say all of this, and I don't actually believe it at all? What Hoyoverse is doing with this early access...
They do this show all the time, no? They pay people to say and show for them because they want you to just be toxic positive about everything. And if you're on the good side, then yeah, they'll pay you more to just be their messenger, kind of. Right? It is up to the individual what they want to become. Whether they want to be true to themselves, authentic, and say it how it is. Because there is a lot of contracts that are bad. And are basically what he's saying it is. Where you just sign in kind of like a robot contract. where you're not human, you're just a robot repeating, like Simon Says, basically. It's a Simon Says contract. Simon says, tell them this character is good and tell them to summon for the light cone as well. And you're like, okay, cool, I shall do that. Give me my money. So yeah, I guess it's just it's just an individual thing. Like whether you choose to be authentic and not have a contract like that, and then ask them for a different one, or tell them, listen, like I will make content on your game, but let me be truthful and let me be critical of the stuff that you do, because then that benefits both of us. I get views because people trust me and trust my judgment, and my, like, if something is bad and I'm critical of it, then you can improve on it. We both benefit, and then your game's even better. And if people see that you're trying to improve your game, and if you make something wrong, you correct it, then people are happier and they're more, they feel more respected and they want to play your game more. It's really that simple.
Server is completely different from that, because they are basically saying, here's a playground, go play, and if you want to post anything on it, let me just make sure that there's nothing like slandering the company. Let me make sure that there's nothing that's going to make Hoyoverse themselves look bad, as opposed to the character looking bad, because Hoyoverse, believe it or not, can separate themselves from the characters, as they've done before in the past with characters like Dia. If you noticed in my video, and I don't know if maybe maybe some of you guys just misconstrued this, but I said explicitly that I fucking hate that her light cone is a big portion of her damage, and I wish it wasn't. What I did is give my honest opinion that if you want to main Acheron, her light cone needs to be your priority over her Eidolons. And what I said is, if this is a character that you really care about and you really want to play, I believe pulling her light cone is actually the right decision, not necessarily that everyone has to pull the other light cone or she's fucking doomed. But I've seen two receptions to this. One, I've seen the reception that I'm just shilling for.
Remember, guys, because a lot of you guys seem to forget this. We're playing Honkai Star Rail, okay? This ain't no Dark Souls, Elden Ring kind of game where, you know, yes, there is some ways to cheese the game, but you have to actually be fundamentally good at the game to beat it. No, it isn't. Okay, you guys probably won't see my video until like tomorrow or the day after, but I literally first tapped MOC 12. I literally one-tapped MOC 12. Now, is my team disgusting? Yes, but my relics are dog shit. And I don't have 5-star light cones. Basically that simple.
For Hoyoverse to try to sell
so it's like, I'm pretty sure if you pull for Acheron and you don't get her 5-star light cone, you will still be able to beat the game with her. I can guarantee that. I can guarantee that you could still beat the game with an Acheron and her 4-star light cone. Because this game has to pander to free-to-plays. Right? You have fun with Hoyoverse drama. Hey, listen. I was invested yesterday when I was watching everybody have a meltdown. I was like, what is going on? I'm grinding Horizon Forbidden West with the boys. Good luck with that, man. Enjoy, bro.
The light cone, which is not true, because fuck, I just think you should not pull for Acheron. If you don't want the light cone, do not pull for the fucking character. But if I say that, you know who's gonna come after me? People that want to pull for Acheron. So there's no winning for me. I gave my honest opinion.
Yeah,
people
no matter what you say, people will talk shit. But that's because they're dumb. They can't make their own decision. They have to have somebody reassure their bad spending habits. So you have to be you have to be positive about the character, otherwise people will talk shit. And then when you're negative about the character, well, shit then. But I want to be irresponsible with my spendings on a gacha game. Doesn't matter. So why are you talking shit about the character I want to summon for? Now you're not making me want to pull for her. Now you're making me save money. You're making me save my hard-earned money, bro. What are you doing? I don't understand, bro. Some people are just
on me for it
weird.
Either way. I do not care if you like my opinion on Acheron. I do not care if you like my opinion on the light cone. What I care about is this idea that I can't have free thought because I'm uploading from a server that said, hey, we just need to make sure that you didn't put anything like horrendous or awful in the video that's gonna make us look bad. The media.
So I get it, Brax, but you're trying to downplay it a lot. It's not the fact that you done this, it's what that filter portrays. And what that filter could mean in the future. Okay? Because from your perspective, like I said before about perspectives, from his perspective, it's like this. It's not that bad because I've worked with them for years. I can trust them. I trust them and their filter because I've already tested the waters before. So from his perspective, this is completely free. Like, there is nothing wrong with this filter at all. There's nothing wrong with them checking because he trusts the company because he's worked with them before, right? So he's like, okay, I can be truthful. Like nothing had to be taken out of my videos. I've been negative before, and they said it's alright as long as you're honest and you do whatever you like, whatever you feel like is right. And overall, had a positive. He had a positive interaction with Hoyoverse. Like it was really positive for him. So from his perspective, there's nothing wrong with it, and he's kind of downplaying this filter because, well, he tested the filter and it's not that bad. But what about the people that don't know it? What about the people that are already negative or have like pessimistic thoughts about Hoyoverse due to the Genshin, what happened with Genshin Impact and stuff like that, right? Like everybody's gonna go with it with a pessimistic mind and think that Hoyoverse is gonna try and control the narrative and try and control what you say about these characters. And these content creators, they'll kind of just pick and choose the content creators that they can manipulate the easiest into, well, basically them saying what they want to say, right? Whether it's true or not doesn't matter. The fact that it's there is what matters, okay? And people will always be skeptical about it.
Server does
which
that
is sad,
too.
but
All
it's
your
the truth.
that are on the media server: Pokey, Guoba, Io, Sevi, Slice, Vulcan. There's like 40 more creators that are on the media server who have to get their videos approved before they can post that. And I don't understand what the difference is now with me posting my opinion on a character that needs approval versus me posting my opinion on a character after release that needs approval. Ultimately, they're
because it's about the views, my bro. It's about the views. Before, people could compete because they could basically have a fighting chance. Because you have to release that guide or you have to release your information on the day the character drops, the characters that, like the content creators that don't have access to those early servers can also do that on the day if they're fast enough and still kind of retain some viewers. But being a week behind is different than being like a day behind, okay? There is a big difference. Like I know that for example, Sevi, like it's funny because up until this drama, I wasn't invested in the way that guides were made, and I didn't know that people get footage really earlier and they have this early server. I don't really care about that because I'm really ignorant when it comes to that. I just play the game and have fun with it, right? But when I looked into it, I was like, damn, like, how are these guys already releasing guides on these characters on the dot as it drops? How do they do it? Like, they must have some early access. And yeah, that was right. They have early access, right? Whoa, surprise. Putting 2 and 2 together. But, like I said, dropping them on the day is a bit different than dropping them a week before. Like, if people know what this character does a week before it releases, then any guide after that or on the day after the release is pretty much irrelevant unless, you have your loyal view base. And if you make a guide really fun and interactive and hilarious and charismatic, then people will watch it as well. But all of the views, or a lot of the views from the people that just want to watch it to know what the character does are gone. You're basically just stuck with your own community and you won't be able to get any more new viewers because all of the new viewers will watch the earliest one that comes out. It's crazy.
Is no difference. Now, to be fair to the creators that were not invited for this special opportunity, I understand why you're mad about it. And truthfully, I feel guilty. I feel like survivor's guilt, almost. Like, why? The fact that I am allowed to do this.
You shouldn't. Like, you feel guilty because you're a nice guy. That's basically the only reason why you feel guilty. But you shouldn't feel guilty at all. It is survival. Like, it is a survival, like a survival kind of bias kind of thing, or whatever you want to call it. Because he was chosen and other people weren't. But be happy that you got the opportunity and hope that other people can get it too. You shouldn't feel bad or guilty about it. Try and have a positive outlook on it. Even though you're getting shit on, fuck them.
And other people aren't, makes me feel bad. Because I have friends like Sevi. Sevi, to my knowledge, does not have the server creators talk. And when I posted my video, she was like, hey, what's this about? Like, are we allowed to post media server early? I was like, nope. This is a special thing. And I thought she would have access to it. And I feel bad about that because Sevi and I are in the exact same niche. And despite what some people might think about competition and...
How did they choose the creators as well, bro? How did they choose the creators? Because there is no way Sevi wouldn't get access to this. I don't know, bro. Like, out of everybody, Sevi didn't get it. Like, she is the biggest, like, and the nicest, like, she's the biggest snowflake, like, the nicest person to make guides. Like, I would think they would prioritize her. You know what I mean? Like, I was watching Sevi's guides on Genshin all the time. I was like, yeah, they're nice, organized, concise, to the point, and truthful.
Losing views. I want success for my friends, and I want success for myself as well. Me posting this video is doing what everyone else would have done, though.
Exactly.
You can ask Mtashed. He would have also posted a video like this.
Of course, bro.
I'm sure TECTONES
They're all businessmen. Simple as that.
Would have as well. I'm sure
Look at that.
would have.
17 hours, 182k views. Let's have a look at how much views it's sitting on right now. So this one, 128k views in one day. This is I Went to Lose's one, right? This one, 250k views already. 1 day ago. 250k views. Let's actually click on his channel and have a look at his other guides. I don't know what's his demographic is saying, like how much views he's getting on guides, period. Oh no, he's popping off. Never mind. Oh, never mind. He's getting 200k easy on guides. 362k on the Sparkle one. Holy shit. 385k on Black Swan is disgusting. Account review. This is like a yeah, account review was a disaster. To get like this is a authentic, like I know that guide making is a really like objective kind of videos where people just watch it once and dip. But getting like an account review video out there and getting 424k is massive. I would be so happy if that actually was the case. Maybe because this VTuber is popular. I don't know any VTubers. Nah, his viewer, but like to be honest, I was gonna say this makes a big difference, but it didn't because his views are crazy good. Like this 255k, you'll probably get 500,000 in a week. Probably get even more when she drops. Crazy. Actually crazy.
I'm sure almost any creator, given the opportunity to look at a character early, would have made a post about that character early. Because
who wouldn't?
That's what we do. It's our job. And it's
only stupid people wouldn't do that.
Community involved.
Actually, like, oh, I got the opportunity to make a lot of money, and I've got an opportunity to make a lot of easy money and get a lot of views. But you know what? I'm just not gonna do it. What I'm gonna do is I'm gonna make my guide and I'm gonna release it on the day so everybody else gets a chance to get some more views. What? Nobody's doing that. Nobody gonna do that. Why?
Community to see Acheron early. This is the first time Hoyoverse has ever done this, where they're like giving power to the creators over the leakers, where they want the creators to be ahead and say, "Hey guys, like,
yeah, this is a positive,
really cool," or like, "I hate this character," and it's
so giving the power over the leakers is an overall good thing. It's just the way they're doing it is so bad. I don't know, guys.
It's messed up that some creators are going to basically be forced to fall behind, specifically with Acheron. I know that if I was in this position where I couldn't upload anything on Acheron because I didn't have early access, I'd feel cheated. I'd feel like I can't compete. But what this is from Hoyoverse is a test run. They want to see if creators can, at least from my perspective, they want to see if creators can be a better connect with the community to showcase characters. And my guess is also to stomp out leaks. And the reason they chose so few creators to do this is because Hoyoverse as a company is already so skeptical about sharing characters and information early, and I can tell you this as a creator who has worked with them for years. They are so scared to show characters early because they are so afraid of leaks. They don't want creators leaking things. They already know that people come into creators' streams and talk about dreams all the time, and those creators are put into kind of a weird position where they can either acknowledge that they've had a dream or like they have to deny it, and it's awkward for the creators. It's not fun, and so this is their first.
The dumbest shit is people trying to like get info out of you or just sharing early access info for people. Like what the fuck? Like I get it that it's quote unquote consumer friendly, but consumers should just wait for shit to drop and just decide whether they want to summon or not. Like I'm sorry guys, but your inability to decide on whether you like a character, whether you want a character or not, I don't think it's the company's problem. Okay, if they're really good at selling every character, then yes, like whatever, maybe like you want to summon for every character, but you don't have enough materials, so now you don't know who to summon for. But the trailers for these characters always come out during the they always come out a bit early, right? Or during like live streams. So you get previews for the characters whilst the current character or the current character banner is out right now. So if you're not sure if you want to summon for a character, just wait to see what the next character is. And if you like their kit, or if you like the way they play, even if they're not necessarily that powerful, you can still summon for them. Like, I don't know, maybe I'm just really ignorant about this topic, but this is what I do. Like, I still haven't got Sparkle, even though I was really hype, and when I looked at her trailer, I was like, damn, I really need her. Mainly because I lost my 50-50 and I don't want to swipe for her yet, right? Like, I still can get some primo gems, some stellar jays to get Sparkle before she runs out. But I haven't got Sparkle yet. There's 4 days left till her banner's out. I already know what Acheron can do based off of the live stream. I really didn't need leaks for me to think about whether I also want her or not, because she just looks cool. And from what I can see, or from what I could see during the live stream, she's powerful. It's crazy.
First step towards creating a system that can sort of help creators in that way. It also allows creators to make more content, which is a whole nother rabbit hole we could go down, but like now we can do first impressions before we release our guides, and like that's super cool. But anyways, where I was going with that is that I feel that there are going to be more creators roped in. I've talked with staff about it. They've said that they do have plans, if this continues, to rope more creators into this program and bring more people in and to allow more creators to get early access. But this just feels extra bad right now.
That won't solve the problem, though.
And I feel so privileged to be a part of it, and I'm glad they invited me, and I'm really glad to be a part of it. I want to continue to be a part of it. But I also do hope that they give access to other creators in the future. Now, here's the other thing that I've seen a lot of people upset about. There's a disclaimer at the beginning of the video that basically just says, Hoyoverse can strike down your content if you use footage from those videos. And honestly, I feel like this is more so to just make sure that people that make leak content can't capitalize on the people that they are specifically trying to let get ahead of that leak content. There are creators that make guides a week in advance, right? And those creators, you know, if they see other creators upload.
See, this is where it doesn't make sense to me, though. Because this is specifically copyright strikes for YouTube. Leakers, I don't know. I don't think leakers, like, don't leakers just post shit on like social media? Don't leakers post leaks on social media and on like websites or like Reddit or some bullshit? I'm not well informed about leaks because, like I told you guys, I don't care about them. I don't give a fuck. I don't research them. I don't look them up. I don't care, right? So if there is leaks on YouTube, okay, cool. Why would that matter? And another thing is, if you want, like, you're talking, so BRAX is talking about leakers not being ahead or not being able to post stuff early access, right? But if you can post this video early and other content creators can react and also kind of within fair use upload their own interpretation of this character from your video, isn't that also putting content creators and leakers on the same playing field, where content creators can fight over the leakers because they can react to your video and they can transform it and they can actually give in their 2 cents on it? See, this is the problem. This is the main problem. Like, the filter being there is a problem for people, whether you like it or not, right? It might not, like, the filter is not a bad thing in my opinion, but it being there makes people skeptical. But this copyright strike thing is crazy. This copyright strike thing is crazy. Because if what they're going with this copyright strike bullshit is, oh, we don't want to give the leakers the go ahead to post information from your video that you already posted, then you're just crippling the content creators more than the leakers, because they'll do it anyway. Because they can actually do it like anonymously. If like they probably can do it anonymously, as opposed to content creators that actually want to make content out of your video. Makes no sense to me.
Putting video footage of a new character in like their almost finalized state, they're going to take that content and they're going to recreate it into their own thing, which is transformative content. But the idea is that they don't want to help leakers get even more ahead. They want it to be specifically controlled within their Hoyo creators that they let into this thing. This is also why I understand
that point doesn't make sense to me. Out of everything, that point makes no sense to me. Because, like I said before, if you're able to transform your, like, if you have this content creator stuff, like content creator early access, and you make that guide, and other content creators can react to it and interpret it in their own way and see if what you're saying is true or not, then the leakers and leakers can also do it. I feel like that gives the content creators a level playing field to fight against the leakers. And in my opinion, content creators will always win against the leakers because, well, they're just better. They're just better. Reposting something in short form as opposed to making that same thing but more entertaining with actual charisma, with an actual personality, is in my opinion better.
Understand people's concerns about creators being dishonest,
and people will always deviate towards it.
But like I said, everyone on the media server has to get their videos approved anyway. So the videos you've been watching since the release of Honkai Star Rail, all of them are through this same filter that Acheron is through. If you even want to call it a filter. I think it's basically a non-filter, if I'm honest. They asked me to remove one thing from my Acheron video, which was a bug that I didn't even notice. And they said they didn't want it in the video because they wanted to make sure that they could iron out the kinks before they show the finished product. And I was like, that's fine. I took out the bug footage that I didn't notice. I re-recorded it and it was fine. But if you think that I'm going to be dishonest about a character because a company asked me to, and even if they did pay me, dude, something you guys gotta realize about YouTubers is that, like, when they're at the place that, like, I'm at, for example, where I'm pretty happy with my viewership, and I'm pretty happy,
he's
like,
popping off,
the amount of
bro.
views I see every video and the amount of support that I get.
Like, look at
if
that.
a company tells me I have to do something I don't want to do, I just won't work with the company. And I think a lot of people are, like, under this misconception that, like, the things that I say are all basically, like, paid out, and I'm like this paid shill for Hoyoverse. Dude, if I didn't...
Yeah, but you're trying to cater to, like, I know he's trying to explain himself, but these type of people, you will never get on their good side because they already made up their decision, dude. They've already made up their mind that you are a Hoyo shill. So you won't be able to change their mind. Just fuck them, bro. Just fuck them. And again, it is just your personal bias, right? You're saying, okay, I'm comfortable with the amount of views you're getting, but your Honkai Star Rail, like, the fact is, your Honkai Star Rail, like, look at this. Your Honkai Star Rail videos are popping off. Your Genshin videos are popping off. So anything Hoyoverse, look, 100k views easily. If not that, 420 on this account review for Honkai Star Rail. And then you've got this AFK journey. Is AFK journey worth your time? And then boom, 24k. So, you know, yes, you're saying that you could deviate to another company and another game, right? And you're comfortable with the amount of views that you're getting, right? Look, 5 amazing tips for Grand Blue Fantasy Relink, 18k. But the fact is, if it's not Hoyo, your views are tanking. Right? Now, these are just 2 examples. It might be just 2 specific examples, and then he might have other videos that are popping off, right? But from just looking at a 1 + 1 = 2 situation, if I was in your, like, if I was in your situation, I would kind of try and get on Hoyoverse's good side because of the amount of views you get in per Hoyo video, right? Now, I know that because I've seen his videos and I know the kind of guy BRAX is, just judging off of his videos. I don't know him personally. I don't know. He might be the most two-faced, bastard on earth, right? But from what I can tell, he's really honest. He's quirky. He tries to make his guide, like, he makes his guides fun and entertaining, right? He busts jokes here and there. So he's trying in his videos. He's always trying to make the videos better. That's what I was getting at, right? But there will be people that will think otherwise. There will be people that will always think the worst. Now, you know, oh yeah, like, I know I could make good content, so I can just be truthful. And if they tell me that I have to lie, I'll just cut them off. But other people from surface level, they won't believe you. They just won't. And this is where you know, everybody's being skeptical about. This is what everybody's being really skeptical about.
actually have fun playing AFK Journey for this sponsor, I wouldn't have taken it. This was a lot of work, man, to make this video. I had to learn about a completely new game, completely new systems and everything, and they paid me for it, obviously, but like, if I didn't care about this game, I wouldn't have uploaded on it, because this was such a big time sink of mine to make this video in the first place. I personally am at the point in my YouTube career where if a company tells me to do something that I don't want to do, I can go find another company to work with that would let me do the things that I want to do. Like, for example, if I didn't feel like I could be honest about my opinions with characters, because I was honest with my opinions about Acheron, maybe I would just go play Wuthering Waves. And even Wuthering Waves, I got to give my honest opinion on, right? So, I don't know, it's...
Yeah, to be honest, what I was saying before, kind of hit or miss. Like, kind of hit or miss. So, these were the two off, right? These were the two off examples, because I literally, like he said right now, I take it back. Wuthering Waves is not a Hoyo company. Yes, it's another big gacha game, but it's not a Hoyo company, and it got 220k views. So he can work with other gacha companies. Grand Blue Fantasy Relink, I'm not sure if Grand Blue Fantasy is a gacha game. And AFK Journey, I'm not sure if that's a gacha game too. But he could go to Wuthering Waves, and I think he will pop off as well, because it's another big thing. Yeah, that's good. It's good. You always have to have a plan B. So that kind of proves his point. And I feel like, you know what? Like, I'm kind of deviating towards him being right, as opposed to my previous argument where I just made, where he has to be on Hoyo's good side. Yes, he would still preferably be on Hoyo's good side, but again, now he's got another company, which is his plan B, that he could deviate towards when Wuthering Waves comes out. And I think a lot of content creators will do the same. You have to find as many... You have to open as many doors as you can, because if you have a lot of doors, a lot of plan Bs, and you're safe in life, then you could just be yourself. You don't have to force it. You don't have to pander towards nobody. You're not forced to do whatever you don't want to do just to get your bag and survive. You know what I mean? Like, the freest person will be the most authentic person. And it's just like it's the same thing with life, because money is freedom. You know what people say, money is freedom, but also options is freedom too. So if you've got a lot of money and you've got a lot of options, chances are you could just be yourself, chill, and not care about anything.
It's just so silly. This whole narrative has been spun absolutely batshit out of control. Now, for my React creators, I'm gonna just give my honest 2 cents on this. I think they're gonna let you guys react to it. I think this is the first iteration they've ever done of something like this. Hoyoverse is testing the waters, and if it goes poorly, they're probably just gonna remove it, and then the entire community is not gonna be able to see any early access footage of the characters outside of leaks. They're not gonna see the creators get to like do this early access. It's all gonna be on the media server. It's all gonna be like, okay, now we have a 3-week drought until we wait for the new character. So honestly, it's really up to the community what you guys want to see, because if you like seeing early access footage, you have to be in support of the system. Like, unfortunately, like, this is the only way it's going to happen. They're not going to let us post unfiltered, like, private, like, Hoyo created server footage without going through them first, especially not at this stage where this is the first time they're ever letting us use characters before they actually release. Anyways, I had to rant about this. I'm getting so much fucking shit on all my videos, and you guys need to understand.
Anybody that's given him shit,
new thing for Hoyoverse. This has always been how they operate. This has always been a thing for them, and I
truly
go outside,
believe
please. That if I thought
just
Acheron
go outside,
was bad,
man. Just like,
I could say I don't.
Before you type anything bad, just please, bro, just please, like, you know what? Like, before you click enter on that fucking comment you just made on his video, just turn off your PC, bro. Turn off your PC and look at a wall for 30 seconds. And then turn it back on and see if you want to make it again. And if you do, then you're just too far gone. Like, there is no saving you, bro. I'm sorry, but you were just doomed from the very beginning, man. Some people are just like that. Some people are just doomed from the very start, man. Not everybody is born equally, am I right?
I think you should pull for this character unless you really like them. And that would be it. And they would probably let me post that, like I posted the Dia video way back when, where I was like, yeah, you honestly shouldn't pull for this character unless you really, really like them. I also literally made a video about Farazan where I was like, wow, this character is broken if you shill out a shit ton of money. I also, when Kokomi came out, I said, like, I actually said that I didn't really like Kokomi that much. This isn't the right video, but I basically said that I didn't really care for Kokomi that much. And
I skipped Kokomi too. I still don't have her, I'm pretty sure.
Dude, they'll let you post your fucking opinion. They just want to make sure that you're not going to leak any, like, confidential information, expose bugs that are not going to be there for full release, or, like, straight up slander the company or make the company look bad in any way. But if you say a character is bad, that doesn't
I feel like that's
the
probably
company
true.
look bad. And I feel like that nuance is lost on so many people. Anyways, guys, Gallagher video coming out soon. I'll catch you next time.
Yeah. I hope that they're just testing the waters and they'll be able and they'll let everyone else react to the videos. I think because this is the first one, they still don't know how to go about it, and like he said before, they're testing the waters, and I honestly hope that is the case. Now, I'm still a big advocate of either giving everybody early access or everybody that wants to be a content creator, no matter how big or small, to give them early access to that. Basically will just delete all the leakers, or have no early access. Best case scenario, no early access to anybody, right? Nobody's allowed to have early access. You only do in-house testing and in branch testing or in company testing, right? Have the people from Genshin, from the Genshin branch or from the other branches just test, or invite people to do in-house testing, period. Now, that's not a good idea. Ideally, you want to do in-house testing and just have your employees test it out and see if it's good, because then everybody will be on a level playing field. There will be no leakers, because, well, unless their actual employees themselves leak it, nobody else would be able to, right? And if leaks happen, then you can assume that you've got insider leakers, or, you know, people leaking in your company, and you can dumb it down a bit easier, or you could kind of track it easier. I don't know. To be honest, you know, I gave my own perspective on it. Whether it's right or wrong, I don't know. I will think what I'll think. Comment down below if what you think I'm saying is right. Comment down below what you think about the situation and how you think it will end in the end. Like I said before, I've watched everybody's perspective on it, right? I don't blame BRAX for posting out the video. The video is actually really good. And to be honest, this video is really well made, and he's honest about it 100%. Like, from what I saw in the video and from what he's saying, you can just see it and you could just deduct it. You just use your brain, right? Same thing with I Went to Lose this video. I've also seen it. I've seen from Mtashed's perspective, I don't blame him for trying to kind of deviate and being more mainstream or doing some metagaming stuff, because again, if you want to be a guide maker like Mtashed, you will be behind. You will lose a lot of money unless they also invite him on the program, right? GACHA the same thing. He's pissed. He'll be reacting to the video today with Tectone, kind of putting their copyright strikes on the line for the YouTube to see if they will actually strike it or not. If they won't strike it, fair game to Hoyoverse. They're just trying to get rid of the leakers. But if they don't strike it, okay, if GACHA and Tectone make the videos or react to the videos, post it, and they don't get copyright stricken, then it's also kind of giving the leakers the green light to do what they want, right? And at that point, it is what I said before, where it's fair game. It is content creators versus the leakers, and in my opinion, content creators will win every single time. So it would be fair game if they don't copyright strike it. Everybody can do whatever they want, and the content creators that have early access will obviously still be winning, but at least other content creators that don't have the access will have a fair fighting chance to be able to react to the content, give their own takes, and still kind of retain some of their viewership. Okay, cool. Tectone is just molding. But can you blame him? I don't. I don't blame him at all. I wanted to have a look at this, but again, I don't need to because I've already stated it. So yeah, Tectone as well. Let's put the drama to rest today. I will be going live and reacting to the Braxophone Acheron video. Oh, let's go. So this is the video I just reacted to. Yeah. I thought he was talking about the previous one. I thought he was gonna be reacting to the actual guide. Okay, cool. So yeah, so we'll probably see this video tomorrow or even today, posted today. And we'll see what Tectone's takes are on this. Alright, bet. Alright, cool. Crazy section. 1 hour of me talking about this stuff. Man, I don't know, dudes. I don't know.